Welcome back to my channel. Today I will be showing you my first layout in my traveler's notebook. I'm just now getting into the traveler's notebooks. I made a whole stack of them this weekend, so I'm really excited. And of course I wanted some pink sparkly glitter paper for my journaling one. And for my title, I'm just writing it out with my watercolor pencil, and the title says Living the Craft Life. And I already have some water down there on my paper, and basically I write it first and then I go back and wet the pencil. For me it's a lot easier than trying to write things with an actual brush or watercolor pen. I have been trying to learn brush lettering, and I just can't get the hang of holding the paintbrush. I don't know, but I found these watercolor pencils and this works out much better for me. And also you don't get all that water everywhere, like your page doesn't get as wet except the spot where you put the water. And like I said, I wrote it and now I'm just going back over it with the wet pencil, and I'm dipping the pencil like into the water each time. And when you see me swirling it, I'm trying to get the pencil. The wetter the pencil, the more vibrant the color is. And I like this method because I have better control over a pencil. And then once you wet it, you can get that watercolor look. Like you sat there with the watercolor and the cup of water on your desk, which that has never worked for me. I end up spilling water everywhere. So this kind of works, and I'm using my my water brush just to add extra water to the paper to dip my pencil into. And now that this is all done, I am going to cut this out and then glue it on my layout. I didn't want to actually try and do it in my book because I knew I would have to start over. Actually, I did start over twice, because the first time I did it, it actually came out better, but it was too big for the page. And here is my pink sparkly book, so I am just going to go ahead and put that in. And I kind of knew like which pieces I wanted to use for this. That paintbrush in the corner, I have had that forever. It's like this chipboard paintbrush that came in some kit, I don't know, but I have never had a chance to use it. So I finally found, the perfect spot for it. And this layout is, just about how I enjoy doing crafts and the creative process. Oh, and I'm going to use up the rest of these Target Dollar Spot rub-ons. I've had these forever, and some of them are a little messed up. Like you see some of them, it kind of stuck to the bottom. The thing about rub-ons, they don't last. Like, they don't have a long shelf life. I've had these probably over a year. But, it actually worked in this book because, like, the ones that were kind of messed up, it gave it, like, this grungy gold effect on the paper. And here, I was trying to make that tag work under there, but it just didn't work. I ended up pulling that tag up. And like I said, this is kind of my first doing journaling in a traveler's notebook. I did like a similar layout a while back. I tried the Listers Got a List challenge, and I did a few layouts, but I didn't stick with it. So hopefully I will stick with this, because sometimes I find new crafts and I just get so excited, and I end up not sticking to it. But hopefully I will stick with this. And this is so much. For me, this is refreshing because I normally do everything in my Project Life album, and that is kind of like my official, official family record. So I don't want to put too much in it or just get, just too crazy, put too much on a page. I don't know. Does anybody else feel that way? All right. Anyway, back to the layout. That paintbrush chipboard piece, I pulled a few of the layers of chipboard off the back, so it's not as thick. It still has a little dimension, but not as much as, a chipboard piece. So maybe like, just one layer of cardboard on there. And this little piece, this is one of my DIY embellishments that I made, and I'm finally getting a chance to use that. I get really excited when I get a chance to use supplies that I have made myself, because I really like to stretch my supplies and make them work. And right here I'm adding the rest of those little hearts at the bottom, and you see the one on the end was messed up, and I don't know, I think it's perfect for my journal, because I don't know, it gives it a more, I guess, like an art effect. Like in my Project Life album, I'll probably get irritated that heart is peeled off or something, but I don't know, it kind of works with this. And I am just going to be sticking the rest. I'm just going to stick them randomly on this page, and I'm basically just trying to use up that entire sheet. I think I do use that entire sheet up, because I probably won't get a chance to use these on another layout. Alright, now that I have put my pictures down and I have gotten every piece of rub-on from that pack that I can get on this layout, I'm just writing my journaling, and I'm writing about since I've started my Etsy shop, how challenging and fun it is, just creating things and coming up with things constantly, and how sometimes, I don't know, you just run out of creative juice. You just can't, you just can't get things done, and then all of a sudden inspiration hits, and you just get it in this creative mode. And I'm saying, that whole up and down, that roller coaster, I call that the craft life. One minute you have hundreds of ideas, the next minute you can't get anything done. And I don't know, I love that process. And these pictures from this layout, these are one is a dashboard kit, and then the other one is, I think, me using the dashboard kit. And if you follow me on Instagram, you may have seen these pictures already. But I don't know, I'm just enjoying this process, and I know enjoying having a new craft to share with you all. So let me know if you like the Traveler's Notebook, or if I should do more or stick to Project Life. Just let me know. Well, I will see you guys next time.